Hey there, and welcome back to Crystal Talks. It's Katie and Cynthia here. Today, we are bringing you something really special to both of us. And it's kind of the way that we met each other in the beginning. So, we're excited to talk to you about this today. And before we continue, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our future episodes. We're here every week with a new episode talking about crystals, essential oils, chakras, all that fun stuff, zodiac signs. So hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any future videos. And today we are going to talk about aromatherapy. This is our Aromatherapy 101 video, introducing aromatherapy to you, its benefits, how you can get started, important things to know, and of course, the best essential oils to start with. So without further ado, let's jump into this. Cynthia, can you tell us what aromatherapy is?
Well, aromatherapy is simply amazing. And as you said, it's not only the way we met, but it was what led me into the whole world of crystals. So aromatherapy is very near and dear to my heart. And when you put crystals and essential oils together, it's magic. It's just magical. They boost each other, they support, and yeah, it's truly a love. Mother Nature's magic at its finest. But on a more basic level, it's when you use natural plant extracts, which are called essential oils, to support you physically, emotionally, and energetically as well for your well-being. The oils can come from many different parts of the plants. They can come from the flower, the leaf, the roots, the barks, the rinds, many different parts. It's different for each plant. It's not that each plant has oils in all those different parts. It doesn't work that way. And they're basically the oils are what the plant uses to stay healthy. So it's only logical that it keeps us healthy too. Once you learn how to do it, they can be inhaled, they can be applied topically. We'll give you some information on dilution, which if you're going to do that, and diffusing. We'll stay with those basic ways to get you started until you're more comfortable with your essential oils. There's more. There's always more. But that's where we're starting. And, different, we'll go through it, but different ways to use them are different for, different intentions. And we use that a lot in the crystal world. We use it in the aromatherapy world as well. It's both ancient and modern. We forgot about it for a while, a few years ago, and now it has come back lately, and much to the benefit of humanity and the world in general. So I want to go over a few of the benefits of aromatherapy for us, Katie.
Absolutely. And, there's so much to aromatherapy, right? We could go into so many different little tunnels with aromatherapy, but I just want to encourage you, listener, viewer, to know that we're kind of simplifying this here for you today so that you can really jump into it and get started and explore using essential oils and using them with those crystals and really harnessing nature's magic, like Cynthia talked about. So, what are some benefits of aromatherapy? First big benefit is emotional support. It can calm anxiety, it can lift your mood, it can ease stress, it can support restful sleep, it can support emotional balance and, emotional intelligence, moving through those emotions as they come to you. So really great for emotional support. It can also support physical wellness. I used to get migraines all the time. And there was this one essential oil blend called In Tune. And it was the one thing that I could use. And I mean, the one thing, like I couldn't take any medication or anything, nothing worked. It was the one thing that I could use to ease my migraine so I could make it through the rest of the day and not have to just sleep all day through it. So, really can support easing headaches. It can soothe sore muscles. That's another one that we use a lot in my house with sports and whatnot. And those minor sports injuries and tension from sports, we use something called Deep Blue for easing that muscle soreness and that tension that happens, supporting immune health, promoting respiratory ease. So it can really support that physical wellness also. Aromatherapy can also benefit energetic and spiritual self. The self can be grounding. It can bring clarity. It can be opening for the heart. It can support meditation. It can enhance those meditative practices. So it can really be supportive energetically and spiritually also. And aromatherapy has some everyday uses too. It can be a cleaner alternative to skincare. It can be used for home cleaning. Oils like lemon and orange and citrus oils can be really good for that, as well as some of those oils that have some really good antimicrobial, bacterial, and all those kind of properties. It's a really great for natural remedies, and using it to support you and your well-being. So there's lots of uses for aromatherapy and lots of benefits that come along with it. So Cynthia, how can somebody get started with aromatherapy? What would be the first kind of step?
Well, first of all, start simple. I remember when I was first introduced to aromatherapy before I got more familiar with it, I was just overwhelmed. I even went to a company that made their own essential oils out in Sedona. And I was in this room and I was just looking around everywhere. And I was so overwhelmed that I just gave up. I didn't know where to start. So let me be your guide. Pick a few oils, the ones that call to you, and get familiar with them. Use them. You don't have to use them all at once. We'll give you some suggestions on oils to start with, but choose a few and get familiar with them. Use them different ways. Diffusers are a great way to get started. You can get an inexpensive diffuser, and it's great in the home. You real quick use a citrus oil and put it in the diffuser, and you've got an energetic pick me up like no other. Or you want to calm down, you want to relax. Diffusers are great for that. Diffusers are great for helping us all, especially children, sleep through the night. Another one, as you've heard if you've listened to our episodes, is roller bottles. That's one of our favorites, and of course, that's an amazing way to mix the crystals and the essential oils. You're going to want to dilute them. We'll get into more about that later, but put them in a 5 ml, 10 ml roller bottle. You can find roller bottles a lot of places, including our site, ewbms.com, all kinds of roller bottles, and you just mix them with a carrier oil. And then you've got, easy and safe application. Inhalers, sprays are another way that you can mix up blends that appeal to you and get started. We have a blend mentioned in many of our different episodes that we have here on YouTube. So if you pick a topic and want to make a blend, you'll probably find something there. And then to make your own blend, it's simple to do. Seriously, don't overthink it. I think it's the best way to just, start with 3 to 5 oils, and use what calls to you out of the ones that you've got. If you don't like it, you can always start over. You make a small batch. Often you might not like the smell, but if it's calling to you, it may help you. On the other hand, there's nothing wrong with doing something just because the smell appeals to you. So really don't worry about the rules except for the dilution and where not to put the oils. But again, we'll get into that later. And, give it a try. Just jump in. So, right, Katie?
Absolutely. Give it a try. Just start somewhere. And like Cynthia said, don't overthink it. Trust your intuition, like we always say, and just start simple. Just trust that you're going to choose what's best for you in that moment. It doesn't have to be complicated. So many times we humans make things more complicated than they are. So start simple. We're giving you all the tools right here. And you can also, you're watching the video and you're like, but all this information is great. And if you go to ewbms.com and you go to the blog page, you can kind of read through all the information that we're providing for you right here and have access to it all the time as well. We also have some great ebooks for creating your own roller bottles, for intro to crystals and stuff like that. So it can really support you in having that hard copy to refer back to as well you're just watching the video right now. So, what are important things to know to get started with aromatherapy? Dilution is key. You always want to dilute the essential oils in a carrier oil before applying them to the skin. Really, really important. The carrier oil is something like jojoba or fractionated coconut or a sweet almond oil. And Cynthia would tell you that jojoba has great skin benefits, but fractionated coconut oil is something that will give you a little bit more of a shelf life if you don't know how frequently you're going to be using it. You want to use more like a coconut oil because it'll give you that longer shelf life for the oil that you're using. So dilution is key. Make sure you're diluting, and if you see any of our recipes, it'll kind of tell you what the recipe is for. It'll give you the drops of essential oils, and then it'll tell you what size bottle it's for, so you know how much oil you want to add to that bottle as well to create the right dilution. Also, do a patch test first. If you are putting these oils on your skin, everyone reacts differently to essential oils, and that's okay. So, test a new oil on your inner forearm. It's a sensitive spot. It will kind of give you how the rest of your body will react to it. And just do a small little, put your finger to the oil and kind of rub it on that spot. And Cynthia, how long would you say for them to wait for the patch test? Just a few minutes or an hour
Oh, yeah,
or
no, just a few minutes. If you're gonna have a reaction, you're gonna have a reaction, you know, fairly quickly.
great. So then doing that patch test, it won't mess up needing the aromatherapy for whatever you're using it in that moment. Just kind of giving yourself that little test first. Also, remembering that not all oils are safe for everyone. Some
Mm.
oils aren't safe during pregnancy, some oils aren't safe for children or for pets. So, really understanding the oils that you're using and kind of having a great place to refer to for, are these oils safe for pregnancy, for children, for pets, or for whatever else might be going on with you in your life at that time. So just remembering to do your research to really know what you're using and putting on your skin and breathing into your body. Super important. Quality matters. Not all essential oils are made the same. So you really want to use high quality, pure essential oils from, again, trusted sources. Do your research. You don't want to just go anywhere and get essential oils. You really want to make sure you're using oils that are that high quality, pure essential oil, and that also gives you an increased benefit. That also has that kind of healing property in it as well. So less is more. You don't need a bunch. Essential oils are very powerful. Like Cynthia said, the essential oil is like what the plant uses to thrive out in nature. And so the essential oil is like this highly concentrated lifeblood of the plant. And so it's really, really powerful, and you don't need a lot. A few drops go a very long way. And so that's important to remember. You don't want to use like half a bottle of essential oil. You really want to use just a few drops. So your essential oil bottles should last you a good bit of time. So those are important things to remember. If you have any questions about anything we're talking about today, please reach out to us. You can comment below the video. You could send us an email, cynthia@ewbms.com. You could reach out to us on social media. We are here to support you and get you on this journey of essential oils, of aromatherapy, of working with crystals. So please reach out to us with any questions about anything we're talking about today. So, we've touched on all this about aromatherapy. One of the most important things is best oils to start with. What are some really simple oils to start with that are, beginner friendly, widely used, versatile? Cynthia, take it away and let us know what they are.
I will be happy to, but let me first give a couple of caveats on what you just said. I don't want you to we were telling you things that you needed to know, but that's not to scare you. If you have questions, please reach out to us. When we're saying not all oils are safe for everyone, you need to have a trusted source where you can get that information. It's out there. Don't just do a search on the internet. Please reach out to us and let us help you find a way that you can learn about which oils are good during pregnancy and which ones aren't. They can be very supportive. But peppermint, for example, should not be used by a nursing mother. And that's, we can give you little tips and tricks, or we can just give you a source where you can look it up for yourself that we know is going to be true. The other thing I want to add in there is that yes, your better oils are going to be more expensive. I just want to be confrontational about that right out there. But the inexpensive ones that you buy at the big chain stores are going to contain oil from parts of the plant, like stems on a plant that, like lavender, doesn't have oil in the stems. So yes, it's lavender oil, but it's not necessarily beneficial. So even though it's cheaper, you're going to end up paying more in the long run, potentially, and not getting the benefit. Okay, I'll back away from that. Where should you start with oils? Lavender, number one. Lavender can be so beneficial. It's calming, it's great sleep support, it's skin soothing. We keep a bottle, at several places in the house. I keep one in the kitchen in case I get a burn. We keep them, especially when we're outside during the outdoor season, because they're great. If you get a bug bite, you just take some lavender, dab it on the bug bite, and the sting, the itch will be reduced immediately, if not completely gone. So highly recommend lavender. It's one that as you get to know your oil, you may even find that you don't need to dilute. We don't. But that's after you figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Peppermint is another one that's great to have around. It's one of those that's just so energizing. During hot weather, you put it on your skin, dilute that one. I would dilute. Peppermint seems to be a little stronger, so you can get a cooling sensation from the peppermint. It's also great for headaches and for focus, and of course, during the holiday season, who doesn't like a little drop of peppermint in their hot chocolate? But again, a very little bit is going to get you there. Lemon, another one. It's very uplifting. It's one that's great to put in a diffuser if you want to, brighten the mood. It's very cleansing. You can use it to take off, the adhesive that's on stickers. It's great to use a little bit of lemon oil to take that adhesive off, and it's just gone. And it too is one that promotes mental clarity. Great all around oil to have. Tea tree, another one that I wouldn't ever want to have to do without. Anytime I get a cut, I go get the diluted tea tree and put it right on top of it. If you're wary of putting it on the cut, then apply it to the skin right next to the cut. It's great for earaches, ear infections. Again, you don't want to ever put, oh, that's something else I need to cover. Where do we not put oils, Katie? In the ear, in the nasal canal, on, shall we say, our private parts. Those should always be avoided. Okay, back to the tea tree. It is just fantastic immune support. And it's great for clarifying skin. You can, like a teenage acne. It's great diluted to put, on there to clear up the skin, and just simply amazing for preventing infections. Okay, my all-time favorite, frankincense. When in doubt, use frankincense. It'll it'll take care of everything. It's grounding. It's got your spiritual support. It will support you physically. It's great for meditation. It's just every part of your being is supported by frankincense. It's such an amazing oil. It's anti-inflammatory. It's antibiotic. It's just the whole spiel. It was what actually convinced me that the essential oils were the real deal, because when I was in my 30s, I had essential tremors, which was from stress. That's a whole nother whole nother story. But the frankincense brought me back to balance, and I'm forever grateful. Wild orange, last but certainly not least, it's a joyful oil. It's very, again, very refreshing, a great one to put in your diffuser. but it's not sharp like some people find lemon. It's more gentle. It's also a great boost for creativity. When I'm trying to solve a problem or think through something new, I love to put it a little bit in my diffuser and have it going, um, to boost that creativity, that open-mindedness. So, many uses. That is 6 oils that are a great place to start, and again, any questions, anything you wanna know, um, please reach out. What can you add to that, Katie?
You were talking about wild orange, and it just reminded me of, when I was introduced to essential oils, one of the first essential oil experiences they do is peppermint with wild orange and drop in your hand and you kind of throw it on your hands and you smell it and it's so energizing and like that whole joyful, like you said, creation, things like that. So that's a great little combo of peppermint and wild orange, just kind of lift you up, energize you, get into that space of joy, boosting your mood, refreshing. And even for creation, energizing that inner creator and getting things
Mhm.
done and stuff like that. So just reminded me of that. One of my first aromatherapy experiences was that peppermint wild orange combination. So, like Cynthia said, if you have any questions about anything we talked about today with aromatherapy or working with essential oils, please reach out. We are happy to answer your questions and support you on this journey as you jump into aromatherapy. Also, some of the things that we talked about today, like roller bottle blends and creating roller bottles at ewbms.com, we have a lot of information about roller bottles as well as roller bottles themselves with roller balls and different crystals that you can use to create those blends and really work with your essential oils and aromatherapy in that way. So explore. And again, let us know if you have any questions. We'll be back here next week with another Crystal Talks episode. So be sure to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss it. And we will see you next week.